Alright guys, welcome back to another Snapshot review. This week they've released some pretty cool stuff to talk about that will be implemented in Minecraft 1.9. Firstly, we've got two new enchantments to talk about. Let's start with this one. It's called Frost Walker. So this will allow you to walk on water, turning the water beneath your feet into ice. But first, how do you get this enchantment? Well, you cannot get it through an enchantment table. You have to either find it in dungeons, trade villagers for them, or also you can fish and maybe get lucky and get one of these books of Frost Walker. So there is two levels, Frost Walker level 1, Frost Walker level 2, and here I've got boots that both have level 1 and level 2. Now when you get these books, you find them, trade for them or whatever, you have to apply the enchantment using an anvil. Okay, so let's put the boots on and see what it does. So I'm gonna start with the Frost Walker level 1, and you'll see that the water beneath my feet turns into ice as I walk over it. So this is pretty cool. It allows you to walk on water, and if I go in F5 mode right here, you're gonna see that the ice beneath my feet is slowly cracking and turning back in water. So that means you have to keep moving. If you just stand still and wait, well, it's going to turn back in water, you're gonna fall, and then you're gonna end up in water. So be careful with this. Now you can see that the area beneath my feet is about 2 blocks radius around me, so 2 blocks in both directions. If I go back here, take Frost Walker level 2 and then go back on the water, you're gonna see that it is now a 3 blocks radius, so you get a bigger area when you have the Frost Walker level 2. So a thing to keep in mind though is that the ice will not appear if you start in the water. So it's only when you're starting at the same level as a block of water. So right now it's not working, but if I come over here, you're gonna see that I can now go and walk on the water. Also keep in mind that it's a bit laggy. It's still something that's gonna change maybe or get tweaks to be to perform better, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You walk on water, it turns into ice, and it will not turn water into ice if there is a mob there. As you can see right now, it's still water. So yeah, okay, let's go back. And actually I just want to add one thing about the enchantment is that you can actually use this to turn water that's flowing, whoa, this is so laggy, into ice as well. So right now I've got all of this ice that just appeared from flowing water, and when it's gonna go back to water, it's gonna create water source blocks just like this. So it's kind of a good way to make water, I guess, if that makes sense. So you can make water with this. Again, you just place down the water source block and then you walk, it turns into ice, then you just go away a little bit, it's gonna turn back into a water source block. So that's pretty cool, but just keep that in mind because you might get in trouble if you have too much water around your place or whatnot. Whatever. So that's pretty cool. Let's now talk about the other enchantment, which I think is the better one. It's called Mending. So again, same thing. You have to get this, find them in dungeons, trade villagers for them, or also fish for it. But the way it works is pretty simple. And also one more thing, you have to use the anvil to apply it, just like the other one. Is that it's let me go into a survival real quick. There we go. So I've got a few pieces of armor and a shovel here. Some armor pieces have mending, some don't. The shovel does have mending. So the way this is gonna work is pretty simple. Is it allows you to turn experience orbs into durability, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna check this. My durability for the wooden shovel is 31/59. If I throw some experience over there and I walk to the XP, you're gonna see that I'm gonna go from 31 to 47. This is pretty cool. One thing to keep in mind though is that it's not gonna work if you don't have the item selected. So now it's 47, and if I have, let's say, an empty hand, it is not going to work. The experience will actually go in your XP bar, but if you have the item selected just like this, you're gonna see that none of the XP goes in my XP bar unless you've got enough XP to fully repair your tool. Then the extra amount will go in your XP bar. So this also works with armor pieces just like this, and again this kind of counts as a selected slot. So if I throw a few over there, walk on top of the XP, you're gonna see that my armor got healed. So this is, well, healed, repaired. If I try that again, you're gonna see that it is healed over here. This is almost healed all the way through. So let's try that again. You see it's even going up. That's just really cool. And as you can see as well, both of these got healed, but these two are still in the same state they were before because they don't have the mending enchantment. So this is really cool. I want to add one thing also, is that the offhand also counts as a selected slot, so that's a thing to keep in mind. Okay, let's put these back in the chest, and now let's talk about a thing that changed with a brewing stand. They kind of act like a furnace now, meaning they need fuel. So we've got this new slot over here that kind of looks like a blaze powder, and actually this is what it is. Wow, this is so mind-blowing. Kind of looks like that blaze powder. Well, it is a blaze powder, so whatever. It counts as a fuel, so it's good for 30 uses. Let's put the stack here, and you'll see this gets filled up, and this bar is actually good for 30 uses. So if I put some water bottles here, and if I put a nether wart on top, this is gonna go down just a tiny little bit. We can't even see it, and then I'm gonna wait for this to be done, and after that I'm gonna put a gas tier just to see that the bar slowly goes down. And this should be done in a few seconds. In the meantime, let me tell you that this can be automated by using a hopper at the back here or any other sides. Make sure it points towards the brewing stand, and then you can use the hopper to autofill the blaze powder slot. So now this is now an awkward potion. If I put that here, it's gonna turn into I think it's a healing potion or a regen, I'm not too sure, but what I want to say is that if you spam put it back and you keep going like this, it's going to actually consume fuel. As you can see, it's using one every time I put it in, put it back, put it out. So just keep that in mind. Don't waste fuel by doing so. So just leave it there. Don't remove it. Well, you can, but you're gonna waste fuel. Just keep that in mind, and just to see that this is actually gonna work. If I put blaze powder here, you see that it goes in the blaze powder slots. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's now talk about one thing that changed with the elytra, and it's actually a thing that you can now take damage from flying into a wall. So let's try that real quick. I'm gonna teleport myself really up high, and I have a wall somewhere. I don't see it. It's okay. I'm gonna try to hit this. Okay, so wait, I'm gonna try that again. Just TP, let's say 100 blocks high, and I know there is a beautiful wall right here, and I'm gonna hit it, and I'm not dead. Whatever, you get the point. You now take damage when you're hitting a wall in mid-flight, so that's a thing to consider. Usually, well, beforehand you only used to take damage when you hit the ground, but now it's also when you hit a wall. Alright, so we've got one more thing to talk about. It's boats. So last week's Snapshot showed us new kind of boats, but the recipes weren't working, but now they do work for all kinds of boats. So these are the recipes. If you remember correctly, it changed a little bit. They now use wooden shovels in the recipe right here. So all these recipes are now valid, they work. So go ahead and make awesome looking boats in whatever color you want. So this is just pretty cool. So this goes over everything that's new in this week's Snapshot. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please like the video, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page and my Twitter to get updates when my new videos are coming out. And again, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.